My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. In our pursuit of a good life, we often find ourselves chasing three things with all our might: money, rizq, and success. We work long hours, we stress, we lie awake at night wondering, will I have enough? Am I successful? Have I made it? Today, let us reframe this struggle. Let us see it through the lens of our beautiful deen, a lens that brings clarity, peace, and ultimate triumph. The relentless pursuit of financial stability, the anxiety that claws at us when bills pile up, the societal pressure to display signs of material wealth. These are universal human experiences. In the quiet of the night, our minds often race calculating, worrying, and strategizing around a single, powerful concept: money. We are taught from a young age to seek a good education, to get a good job, to secure a good salary, to build a good life. The entire structure of our worldly existence seems to rest upon this foundation. Yet, within the teachings of Islam lies a paradigm shifter so profound, so liberating, that it can fundamentally reorient our relationship with our provision. It is the crucial, life-altering distinction between money and rizq. The world, in its limited understanding, conflates the two. It screams at us that money is the ultimate goal, the finish line of the rat race, the tangible proof of our worth and effort. We internalize this message, and in doing so, we chain our sense of security, our self-esteem, and our emotional well-being to the fluctuating numbers in a bank account or the volatility of a market. This is a heavy, exhausting burden to carry. Islam, in its divine wisdom, lifts this burden from our shoulders. It redefines the entire narrative. It teaches us that money, in and of itself, is neutral. It is a tool, wasila, a mere medium of exchange. It possesses no inherent moral quality. Its value is derived entirely from how it is acquired and how it is spent. A dollar earned through deceitful means is spiritually bankrupt, while a single coin earned through honest labor and given in charity can hold more weight in the scales of the hereafter than a mountain of gold. This understanding transforms money from a master we serve into a servant we command. It becomes a resource, like time or energy, to be managed wisely and deployed righteously. It can build hospitals and schools, provide shelter for the orphan, and knowledge for the seeker. Conversely, if we are not vigilant, it can become a prison of greed, a cause for arrogance, and a distraction that leads our hearts away from the remembrance of Allah. The danger lies not in the possession of wealth, but in the possession of wealth by a heart that is attached to it, a heart that sees it as the source of provision rather than merely a channel. This is where the majestic concept of rizq enters, expanding our vision from the narrow confines of currency to the vast, divine economy of Allah's grace. Rizq is your divinely apportioned, guaranteed sustenance. It is everything that Allah has decreed for you, not just in monetary form, but in every form that sustains and enriches your life. The Quran offers the ultimate comfort for the anxious heart. And there is no creature on earth but that upon Allah is its provision. So Surah Hud 11 and 6. Let this verse resonate in the deepest chambers of your soul. Your rizq is a promise from the one who never breaks his promises. It is a contract between the Creator and the creation, signed with the ink of divine decree. When we truly internalize this, the foundation of our anxiety begins to crack. The bird does not sow, nor does it reap or store in barns. It ventures out at dawn with an empty stomach, its only capital being its trust in its Lord. It sings its praises to Allah and flies, and by the end of the day, its needs are fulfilled. Does the bird possess a bank account? Does it have a retirement plan? Yet it lives a life of purpose, its rizq arriving from directions it could never have imagined. Are we the honored children of Adam, to whom the universe was made subservient, less deserving of Allah's promise? Our panic, our sleepless nights, our cutting of corners in desperation. Do we believe these actions will wrestle more rizq from the heavens than what Allah has already written for us? The Prophet Muhammad says, if you were to rely upon Allah with the reliance He is due, He would provide for you just as He provides for the birds. They go out in the morning with empty stomachs and return in the evening full. To Midi. This is not a call to passivity. The birds go out. They exert effort. But their hearts are not tied to the effort. Their hearts are tied to the provider. This is the essence of tawakkul, striving as if everything depends on your effort, while trusting with a heart at peace that everything depends on Allah. Rizq, therefore, is a holistic and encompassing reality. It is the wholesome food that nourishes your body. It is the cool water that quenches your thirst. It is the good health that allows you to worship. It is the supportive spouse who is a source of tranquility for you. It is the righteous children who pray for you. It is the barakah in your time, allowing you to accomplish much with little. It is the inner peace, the sakuna, that descends upon your heart during prayer, a peace that is infinitely more valuable than any material possession. A person could have millions in the bank, yet be starved of this spiritual and emotional rizq, their life a hollow shell of anxiety and discontent. Another could have modest means, but a heart overflowing with gratitude, a table blessed with barakah, and a life rich with love and purpose. Who is truly wealthy? Understanding this distinction is the first and most critical step towards spiritual and financial liberation. It transfers the object of our trust from the creation to the creator. It means we work in the world, we seek halal income with ambition and excellence, but we do so with a heart that is detached from the outcome. We know that our job is merely one of countless means through which Allah can deliver our rizq. A closed door is not a catastrophe, it is a redirection from the all-knowing, who perhaps is protecting you from a harm you cannot see or guiding you toward a better provision. A financial loss is not the end of your story, it is a test, a purification, and perhaps the removal of something that was distancing you from your Lord. When you know that your rizq is guaranteed, you can negotiate from a place of integrity, not desperation. You can walk away from a haram deal not with fear of poverty, but with confidence in the boundless provision of your Lord. You can be generous, not with the fear of scarcity, but with the certainty that Allah is the one who replaces what you give. This is the freedom that Islam offers. It is the freedom to engage with the world of commerce and finance, not as a greedy slave, but as a conscious, trusting servant of our Razzaq, using the tool of money to access the vast, divine ocean of your rizq. The relentless pursuit of what the world calls success can become an old, consuming fire that burns away our peace and distorts our priorities. We find ourselves chasing promotions, accolades, and the admiring glances of others, measuring our worth by titles on a door and the symbols of status we can accumulate. This external validation becomes the oxygen for our fragile ego, and we fear nothing more than being perceived as ordinary or worse, unsuccessful. Yet in this frantic race, a quiet voice within us often whispers a question of profound doubt. Is this all there is? We climb the mountain of worldly achievement, only to find the summit barren and the view unsatisfying, leaving us to wonder what we sacrificed in the ascent. Islam, in its profound and timeless wisdom, does not merely answer this question, it reframes the very definition of the question itself. It introduces us to the concept of fawfala, a term echoed in the daily call to prayer, Hayya alal fala, come to success, which represents a success so comprehensive, so deeply rooted in the soul, that it transforms our entire existence. This is not the success of the stock market or the social ladder. It is the success of the human spirit in its journey back to its creator. The Prophet Muhammad laid bare the essence of true wealth when he said, richness is not having many possessions, but richness is the contentment of the soul. This single statement dismantles the entire architecture of materialistic ambition. Contentment or a qana is not a passive resignation or a lack of ambition. It is a powerful, active state of the heart, a deep-seated satisfaction and peace that comes from the unwavering knowledge that what Allah has decreed for you is precisely what is best for you in this moment. It is the spiritual equilibrium where gratitude flourishes in times of plenty and patience remains steadfast in times of hardship. A person who has achieved this contentment is truly rich, regardless of their external circumstances, because they possess an inner treasure that cannot be depleted by market crashes, stolen by thieves, or diminished by time. Their self-worth is derived from their identity as a servant of Allah, not from the opinions of their peers. Their security is anchored in Allah's promise, not in the fragile foundations of a bank balance. This inner richness is the core of falah. To understand the magnitude of this success, we must look to the ultimate criterion, the success of the hereafter. The Quran consistently defines the successful, al-faizan, as those who are saved from the fire and admitted into paradise. This is the ultimate, eternal success against which all worldly triumphs pale into insignificance. A person could be the most celebrated billionaire on earth, their name on the lips of millions, yet if they arrive on the day of judgment bankrupt of good deeds, their worldly success will be revealed as the ultimate failure. Conversely, a person who lived in obscurity, unknown and uncelebrated by the world, but who possessed a sincere heart, humble piety, and a record of righteous actions, will be the true victor, ushered into a success that has no end. This eternal perspective is not meant to make us abandon the world, but to engage with it correctly. It provides the lens through which we can evaluate our worldly endeavors. Is the wealth we are accumulating leading us to gratitude and generosity, or to arrogance and negligence? Is the power we are seeking allowing us to establish justice and help the oppressed, or to dominate and oppress? Is the knowledge we are pursuing bringing us closer to the recognition of Allah, or is it merely inflating our ego? Falah is the flourishing that occurs when our worldly actions are aligned with our ultimate purpose, worship. This success is a holistic state that encompasses every aspect of our being. It is the success of the heart, which is filled with the peace of Iman and is safe from the toxins of envy, hatred, and greed. It is the success of the mind, which is illuminated by the light of the Quran and is protected from confusion and doubt. It is the success of the body, which is used in obedience to Allah and is not employed in sin. It is the success of our relationships, which are based on mutual love for the sake of Allah and are free from exploitation and harm. It is the success of our time, every moment of which is invested as a capital for the eternal life to come. This is why the pursuit of falah is a radically different journey from the pursuit of worldly success. The latter is a solitary race, often requiring that we push others aside to get ahead. The former is a communal journey where our success is intertwined with the well-being of our brothers and sisters. Helping another person becomes a success. Offering a sincere word of advice becomes a success. Even restraining one's tongue from backbiting or one's hand from injustice is a monumental achievement in the path of faliyah. The world's success is often a source of stress, anxiety, and constant fear of loss. The success of falah, however, is a source of profound and unshakable peace. It is the tranquility of knowing that you are exactly where Allah wants you to be, with what He has chosen for you, and that your ultimate outcome is in the most merciful of hands. You can face financial uncertainty, professional setbacks, or social rejection with a heart that remains firm, because your value and your destiny are not determined by these transient circumstances. Your success is not a destination you must frantically run toward. It is a state of being you cultivate with every prayer, every act of kindness, every moment of patience, and every instance of trust in Allah. It is the success of returning to your Lord with a heart pleased with His decree and pleasing to Him. This is the success that begins in this world and finds its perfect, eternal fulfillment in the next. This is the success that truly matters.